Yeah.
Autos cocked themselves over just before was the Daryl only had 2 beers.
Oh man. Uh, we are live.
Oh shit.
How you living there, Frank?
Yeah, good. Welcome to episode is it 89 of the
Yeah.
Smoke of Mirrors.
Yeah.
And Oues is doing well. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Oh
too
good.
bad.
I'm also doing well. Hope everyone in the Twitterverse and the Twitchverse and the YouTubeverse is all doing well too. We're out here live. I can bring you the goods from everywhere across the universe and escapes. No goats.
Nice. Are we live, by the way?
Yeah, we live.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was just staring directly into my own soul on Twitch right now. But now. So, moving into our streaming news. So we have Peter Capaldi and Kush Jumbo to star in the Apple TV Plus's new show Criminal Record. So this one sounds pretty cool. So it's set in London, and what goes on is that there's this anonymous phone call that brings these two detectives together, and it's like, you know, a young woman in her early stages of her career, and then you have this older gentleman who's trying to protect his legacy, and they're having this confrontation over this one case that this anonymous phone call's about. And so they both, you know, have this confrontation, and it's meant to go through, like, you know, I guess, race, the failure of institution, as well as finding common ground in Britain at the same time as well. So, if I'm not wrong, Peter Capaldi is the latest Doctor Who, or the second last Doctor Who. Is that right?
Yeah, it was the one
am I wrong?
before this one.
The one before the
Jodie
female
Whittaker.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one sounds alright. Apple TV Plus hasn't been really putting out dogs, so I'm excited for this shit. Should be good.
Lisi's story was kind of dog shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a slow bird.
Let's hope it's not that. But no, this does sound cool.
Yeah, it
I'm
sounds
excited
like
for that
Capaldi's
shit.
gonna be the old racist white guy. Just like
True.
he's like in that shock, the culture shock. Whereas like this is a new age modern cop that like knows how to slip between the woke crowds and sort of gender politics and like all the bullshit that's kind of happening.
Yeah. Yeah. This does sound good. I'm excited
They
for
made
that
this new-
shit.
They made this movie years ago with Don Cheadle and what's his face? Gleason. It was set in Ireland. Yeah.
What is that movie?
I don't know
Something,
why.
something God.
The Old God?
No.
No, it's a Netflix movie.
No, that was correct. It's a Netflix sci-fi movie, that one.
This sounds alright.
Yeah. All right. So going over to Netflix. So Netflix has greenlit a sequel to this Korean movie called Believer. Right. So I haven't seen the first one.
Me neither.
So the first one supposedly revolved around. It sounded almost like Infernal Affairs, where this cop sort of joins, teams up with gang members to, to catch the boss of this crime syndicate. So it was directed by who? Lee Hae Young, and he wrote it as well. So the sequel, who Lee Hae he isn't coming back for. The sequel is gonna basically reteam the gang members, but they're not quite what they seem. The gang members. So I don't know if this is just a gang of cops parading as gang members as well. and maybe they'll try to take down some dirty cops or something like that. That's how my movie would be. But yeah, hi, what's her name? Han Yu-ju is gonna star in here, which is she's an actress, Korean actress, and she is gonna play like this shady character in this giant organization. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Hmm.
I'd
Mm.
like to go back and sort of watch the first one. It's hard talking about
Yeah.
this without seeing the first one.
Yeah, I got no emotional
Yeah.
attachment to this.
Yeah, yeah. So if they said, "Hey, we're gonna make I Saw the Devil 2," which is damn near impossible, then I'd be excited because I've seen that movie.
Don't you
Yeah.
fucking touch that property. Not even for a remake. I don't even want to see
Yeah.
the English language remake.
You know what I'd like to see is what's his face, a Korean remake. I've never seen a Korean remake.
Bro.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I've noticed that
Coming
like
soon to Netflix.
I've noticed that Korean and Cantonese detective films are always fucking mad though.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like there's this Korean one called Memories of Murder that I want to check out, but it came out like in '03 or some shit, but apparently it's fire.
That's Bong Joon Ho's first movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to see
Ishan was
that shit.
saying Ishan was saying that movie is fucking unbelievable.
I heard that's better than Parasite.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm. Like that
I
one
will
should have been the
find it.
Oscar winner.
But yeah, man.
Okay.
There's other stuff. I saw this clip about this one shot that they did in this Korean film, right? And it's literally John Wick 3, the chase on the bike.
Mm.
These guys did it first, but they did it in a one shot. And it's real, it's on the bikes and everything. It's unbelievable.
Jesus.
It's a 1 minute scene for a one shot, but still they were fighting and everything on live bikes and everything. It
One
was
minute
next
is a
level.
long time for a practical stunt,
Yeah.
especially with fucking motorcycles involved.
Mhm. Yeah.
True.
It was unbelievable. It was shot nearly exactly the same as Wick. So that's where they got that idea from. That was the homage.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Korea, man. Korean filmmaking. It's weird because Korean films are different to what Netflix is putting out. Like
Mm.
those aren't the Korean films to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it's just different. It's like they're picking and choosing what they want.
But like Korean films, they also have like the different genres as well. Like they have
Hmm.
like they're really absurd comedies and shit like that. But sometimes with their detective noir sort of dark movies,
Mm.
it's wild. Like they
Yeah.
take it into a direction that's real different. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only after Old Boy where you see him eating the live octopus, right? The delicacy in
Mm.
Korea.
Yeah.
That the boys kind of like, okay, we'll utilize that, and
Yeah.
it's been like, yeah,
Mm.
Mind
good
you,
influences.
fucking that guy did that shit for real in that scene, whereas the other one was CG or at least looked like it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that would be an animal cruelty if he actually ate
Yeah, that's
the
true.
octopus for real.
Why? Why would it be animal cruelty? Is it animal cruelty when a shark does it?
To what?
Is it animal cruelty when a shark eats a live octopus?
No, but that's in a shark's nature.
Why isn't it we eat octopus?
Well, the difference is that you would only be killing that animal for a shot in a film.
But if the man ate it, it's not like he spat it out after.
Yeah, but what if you had to do like 3 takes for it?
You wouldn't make that guy do 3 takes of that.
But you don't know that.
Well, then
Like
he would eat three bloody octopus that day
that
and
they
be
were doing like
extremely happy.
60, 70 takes of film on like The Matrix.
Yeah, that's an American film. Can you imagine being Korean and told, "Hey, you get to eat that live octopus today"? You'd be over the fucking moon.
What if you was no that didn't like octopus?
Sorry.
I hate
That's a,
octopus.
I don't like octopus.
I love
Octopus
it.
prepared correctly, it's next level.
Something about
Yeah, man.
the texture of the suckers that just gets me.
The fuck is wrong with
Also,
I like
pause.
them. Sometimes they
Yeah.
harden up, and you just feel it on your tongue. Pause.
What do you call it? Thingy. Takoyaki is amazing because it's just diced up like squid or octopus that's battered and then deep fried, and then they serve it with Kewpie. Yeah, that one's really nice. It's like octopus balls.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. But that is it for our streaming news.
Yeah. Moving into film news, Ezra Miller is once again a in the headlines there. So this story was more what WB could potentially be doing. So they've been quiet this whole time that Ezra Miller's kind of been running around Hawaii and kind of getting into shit. So a potential solution to this is they could, after they release the Flash movie, be getting rid of him completely.
Mm.
Um, One option could be that they drop the Flash movie on like HBO Max as a streaming exclusive, and then just retcon everything that's kind of happened in the DC EU from that point on. Because apparently David Zaslav isn't happy with like the output at DC anyways. They want to get rid of it.
Mm.
To me, I'm surprised that he's gotten away with this much shit and there's been no sort of backlash from the studio yet.
Hmm. There's been nothing from the studio.
Yeah,
Nobody said anything, right?
yeah. Like as
Which is crazy.
mm,
Yeah.
like as soon as there is an allegation, there's a accusation with
Mm.
most actors. Like with Kevin Spacey, right? That trial hadn't even gone forward, but Ridley had already like Christopher Plummer, you're in. All the money in the world is getting reshot.
That's right. That trial only started today. No, not today, last week.
Hmm.
Whereas like this has been going on for the last 2 3 months,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and nothing's kind of happened. That's it. Yeah, it's just wild.
And now it's not just the physical abuse. He's up for possible what's his face abuse as well. Grooming charges as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and child endangerment.
Yeah. And using, violence and all that to sort of get what he wants from this 13-year-old girl. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He was there in the house with the parents, wasn't he? Or was that another case?
That was another case. This guy is off the rails, man.
Yeah.
Off the rails. And nobody will say or do anything about it. That's what I don't get.
If this motherfucker was in my house, I would have pushed him out the window and finished the job on the ground floor.
I would have broken every bone.
Yeah.
It's just funny that he's getting away with so much. I don't know if it's because, like, last time he was arrested, right? He said, I'm a trans male.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's using that as a shield to then go, well, I'm going to play the political game. Like, I have immunity. You can't touch me.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like because he's claimed that he's Alphabet Gang, that what's his face? He thinks in his mind he can get away with anything.
Yeah. Don't know if that's the case.
No.
And I don't want to sort of like start a narrative, but it seems like he is.
Yeah.
Mm.
How can you assault so many people and get away with it? I don't get it.
Yeah. You either need help or like this isn't the industry for you.
Hmm.
And honestly, like celebrities have gotten away with a shit ton of things, but there's a lot of celebrities that have also gone down for less
Yeah.
and lost their careers for less.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like
100%.
I'm curious to see how WB is going to handle this shit.
I think take the hit, man. Take the hit. Spend another $100 million. You know you're not going to make money from this movie now anyway. Recast this fucker. reshoot it, all of his scenes, and get that Grant Gustafson in to play Flash.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way around it.
Mm,
It's the only way.
that's true from a story
And
perspective. They
yeah,
could
from
just
a
do that
story
shit.
perspective, that's the. I mean, he's a Flash in a different universe. Fuck it.
Mm,
He's taken over from this other bloody
mm,
Flash.
yeah. It's doable. It's
Yeah.
doable. It'll just cost.
If they could do it with Tig Notaro, you know what I mean? They could do it with this.
Yeah. And that was a
Yeah.
streaming movie.
That, well, yeah.
But I guess Crystalia wasn't in every scene. But that was a
Still a
lot of
pretty
scrubbing
integral
and
part,
matting.
though. Like, there was enough scenes where it would be a bit of work, though.
Oh, yeah. But this is the main character in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Mm. I
Which is
wouldn't.
like I'm not saying that it's gonna be like extensively more,
Hmm.
but it will be $100 million, like you were saying,
Yeah.
for
Yep.
sure.
You know what kills me though is that I mean it's not only just the heads of the studio and all those sort of people. It's what's his face? It's the stars as well. Nobody's
Mm,
talking out.
yeah,
Keaton hasn't said anything. Affleck hasn't said anything. Uh, the chick that's gonna play Supergirl has not said anything.
yep,
Like it's
Mm.
wild, man.
yeah.
It's like they're under directive to not say anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that WB is just gonna can him
Hmm.
and get rid of him. That's what the signs are kind of pointing to is don't say anything because we have something in place.
Yeah.
Like even though Ezra Miller deleted his Instagram account, that doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? That's not muzzling him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
mean,
what he posted before? I'm living in an alternate reality or
yeah.
some bullshit.
This motherfucker's got to stop thinking he's Neo.
Oh my god.
and
What
it's
are you
just
gonna
went a
say there,
little too
BD?
crazy.
What were you
No,
gonna
nothing.
say?
I'm just fucking disgusted by the whole situation. Like, fucking, if there is a directive for, like, telling the actors to not say anything, it's been a long fucking time for them to not say something, which is why I'm a little worried that it's not like them, like the studio planning to can him. It was almost like they were just trying to sweep it under the rug and just be like, oh, that's just Ezra. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Just let him make the movie so we can make money.
that was just last year. It's all right.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Which is the plan, essentially. Because if they can muzzle him now, they've got a year to then sort of
Put out
like do.
pictures of him with puppies and
Yeah,
holding babies and doing bloody what's his face work and
if they do the
all that
PR
weird shit.
firefighting campaign, a year to scrub him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if we get the announcement that Ezra Miller's gone to rehab, then we know what like line of action that they're gonna take.
He's literally on the run right now,
Yeah.
which proves his guilt. Like that's what I don't get. It's like he could have stuck around and said, "Nah, I didn't do any of this stuff. They're crazy. Now I'm gonna go on the run.
Yeah,
I'm on the lam now. That's what I'm doing."
I
Like
feel
it's
like
just
it's just
crazy.
past that.
I feel
Like,
like there's an
even.
opportunity to get Dog the Bounty Hunter in a comeback special to hunt this motherfucker across the country.
If Doug isn't in that fucking Batman outfit,
Yeah, with the mullet out the back.
But it has to be slicked up all the time. Like,
Yeah,
they have to take breaks every 15 minutes of shooting just to re-slick that fucking mullet.
that's
Because it has to
disgusting.
stain the back of that bat suit. Like, when that new wave gel was just all fucked up, and on black patterns it was just white?
it was disgusting. I can't believe
It
they
has to
put
be
that
like
shit in
that.
my hair.
But what I was going to say was that regardless if this cunt goes to fucking, like, a rehab or anything, I'm still not going to trust him. Like, he just needs to be put out of his misery permanently. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not
I
gonna go
don't care
watch
what
it.
kind of roof. Yeah.
I'm not.
No. I might not even stream it, to be honest.
You tell us how it is, B.
I will, because like if I sat through Captain Marvel, I'm gonna sit through this. Keaton, Affleck, I'm there.
Captain Marvel didn't have a character that was bloody abusing kids, allegedly.
What do you call it? If even can you imagine they were just like, this isn't a Flash movie anymore. We're just gonna call this like Batman in alternate universes, and they cut out all of Ezra Miller and
I,
just
I
have
think
Affleck and Keaton.
I think that was one of the options was to make it about Keaton.
Just get Affleck. Hey, Affleck, let's go.
Yeah,
I'd be cool
We
with that.
we know you're shooting the Nike movie right now, but let's go.
which would be
Fuck.
fucking mad.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
Even if it was just like the two Batmans fighting all over the world, just like, and it's just him and Keaton back to back.
That'd be fucking mad.
Because like now I'm thinking about mad movie stories because it could be Keaton teaching Affleck, and then Affleck learns to not kill again. I realize the beauty in the world again.
Oh god, never that. Never that.
Can't
Because
forget that.
Batman was out here. He killed Joker. God damn it, he killed everybody.
But they also
True.
did that for the Batman. Like that was his arc in the Batman. He went from like I'm a killer, like I'm gonna hurt people, to now I am hope.
Yeah, I'm no longer vengeance, people. Don't associate me with vengeance.
A vengeance.
But so moving on, we also have Sebastian Stan, and he's going to play the lead role in a film called A Different Man. So this one is so his name is Edward, and he's just seeking a new life. He's a bit of an outcast, and like he just wants a complete fresh start. So what he does is that he recently watched Face Off, and he was like, you know what? I want to do the exact same thing. He goes through facial reconstruction surgery. But what happens from there is that he attends like this production, one of those live matinees, and he sees this guy portraying him as a character on stage, and he just becomes obsessed with this guy. And that's like all the fucking synopsis we have for it right now. But it sounds pretty interesting. If it's Sebastian Stan, fucking guy has been putting out gold as a recent, so fucking wouldn't mind getting into this shit as well. It gives me like what's that movie with Ben Kingsley and Ryan Reynolds as well? Selfless?
Yeah,
It kind of sounds like that too.
I could have sworn Jesse Eisenberg did a movie like this,
Yeah,
and Jake
called
Gyllenhaal did.
Enemy.
That was the Jake Gyllenhaal one.
That's the other one. Yeah, is it's still done by Denis as well. I think
Enemy is.
Enemy is. I think that the one with Eisenberg is done by Denis as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
I haven't watched that one.
me neither. I need to. It's on my list.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Sebastian
find that
Stan.
Eisenberg movie.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan has been doing some really good work now. Actually,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that had a good run,
yeah,
and it's out of like the MCU as well, which not a lot of like other MCU actors do.
yeah,
Yeah.
but completely different sort of the more the adult sort of stuff,
That's right.
which some of them don't tend to do, which is crazy.
Like this is the first R-rated movie that Hemsworth has done in a long while.
Yeah.
Yeah, which to me says that he's going to try now to change his image,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So not so much, child fare. When he does do a movie outside of the MCU, it'll be something for the adults.
Yeah, especially with like Spider-Head and Furiosa coming up, and he's gonna be the villain,
Yeah.
which is
Who I
two
think
back-to-back villain roles.
I still think he should be a Morton Joe. That's
That'd
who
be
I
sick,
wanted.
actually.
That's who I want
Yeah.
him to be.
That would be mad. But if
'Cause
he is
look-
the biker, like that'd be cool as well. But we'll get into them hits.
yeah. I thought that was going to be, but still. Anyway, so Jeremy Slater, who's taken over scripting duties from the two original scribes of Mortal Kombat, He's come through and said, he's taken on board, like, the audience feedback and whatnot from the last film, and what they liked and what they didn't like. And, like, they're sort of midway through scripting. They're having a really good time scripting this new Mortal Kombat movie that's supposed to come out, God, when? In
Isn't it
2 years?
next year?
I thought it was 2 years, but next year sounds. I thought that's, yeah, not enough time.
They haven't said anything. They haven't even set a date.
Nah, it's crazy. We just know that one was greenlit. But yeah, so he's on scripting. He's happy. I don't think it's gonna be next year because McQuaid, remember, is shooting that other movie.
Yeah,
So I
Hmm.
don't think he'll be done with that within time to shoot Mortal Kombat for it to come out next year, which is crazy.
unless they change directors as well.
That's right. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm there for it. I like the first one.
Yeah, I got it on
Yeah.
4K, and it is excellent.
We got our first set photos and synopsis for Furiosa as well. So the set photos, they didn't show any of the actors, so you don't know what they look like, what Furiosa is going to look like, or Hemsworth or Tom York. Is it Tom York? Or is that the other? I don't know. The guy that replaced Yaya.
Yeah,
Um, in the movie, but it's set in Broken Hill. It's apparently $253 million, the
lovely.
production, which is the biggest production in Australia ever.
Ever?
Yeah, 253 for one movie. We see the cars, we see the landscapes, we see like this like big sort of bridge type thing with a gate in there, and it looks very wastelandy. So it's like right on point, on brand for the Mad Max universe. And then we got the first official synopsis. So it reads: As the world fell, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the citadel presided over by the Immortan Joe. While the two tyrants war for dominance, Furiosa must survive many trials as she puts together the means to find her way home.
What
Sounds
is
like
this?
Fury Road.
Yeah. Is it gonna follow? Like, is it gonna end with her finally getting into that truck in Fury Road?
I
Gonna
don't
take
know.
her 30 years to put this shit together? Who put this thing together?
I don't know because at that point she had done so many runs across the like that route. You know what I mean?
She was a
Hmm.
head imperator.
Yeah. So she was like she had worked her way up.
Yeah,
Um, it almost sounds like the long con, like her recruiting and kind of meeting um, the first wives club and shit,
yeah.
and kind of setting up all that she needs to make that journey once it's all like good to go.
It sounds like the recruiting, everyone she recruits is gonna die because
Mm.
obviously she was alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she'll lose the hand.
And then she'll lose the hand. Yes, yes, yes. That makes sense.
Which like story is kind of light for Fury Road.
Well,
You know what I mean? But
Fury
it's
Road.
the execution of
Yeah,
the actual thing that sets it apart.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's what you can't deny. When you think about Fury Road, the story is get from point A to point B back to point A.
Yeah,
Like, and it's what happens in between those points that,
yeah.
yeah,
And the unlikely relationships and sort of allying and
correct.
double crossing and yeah,
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, maybe we'll see Immortan get that disease as well, and
mm,
all that sort of stuff, and change him, and yeah,
yeah. Because it seems like she's kind of been there for at least 20 years.
Hmm.
yeah. Because she says she was stolen when she was, what, 9?
Yeah,
So she's been with Immortan Joe, or at least she's been outside of that, of all those of that group for at least 40 years.
that's right.
Yeah.
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 But she was almost like a little girl. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool. If there's anyone who can like pull this off, pause, it's Miller as well. Like when you look at Fury Road is like a clean fucking 90 minutes, and it's paced exceptionally well. And is it 90 minutes or is
Nah,
it
it's
2
two
hours?
hours.
It
2
feels like
hours.
it's 90 minutes.
Yeah. I was gonna say the pacing on this movie is fucking excellent, but in those like A to B points in between, you get enough story to keep you like invested for the rest of this fucking movie too. Like it's done so well,
Mm.
tastefully, if you would.
Like Fury Road, as soon as I see them in the swamp and
Mm.
they kill that guy, that it's already an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
it feels like it just started. Every time I watch it, it feels like it just started. I was like, this can't be finished, this movie.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
started driving, mate.
Yeah. We just seen the tanker, mate. What's going on?
You know what always throws me off about this movie is when he's hung up like that after he gets captured and he starts like fucking like gapping it through the fucking tunnels. You know how fast those runners look? Like it just looks like they sped that shit up. But it's just fucking it really gets your heart pounding as well.
Yeah.
It gets you in. Fuck you know.
I wish they got Mel Gibson to play Morton Joe.
Fuck.
Gibson needs his own Mad Max movie. Hopefully that's what this is. Is like, okay, we'll go to the past and show like the origins of Furiosa, and then we're going to skip to the future. And we're going to have a Gibbo led fucking Final Max.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like fucking I have never ever watched any of the original Mad Max movies from start to finish.
Right.
Like if they do like with the I don't know if Thunderdome is done now, but could they do like a Mad Max Return to Thunderdome? Could that be a possibility?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
they
no, no.
burn
Wait.
down the
Yeah,
Thunderdome
they
at the end?
yeah, they destroy that place. Fuck that shit up. Big time. Max will always max, my friends. That's what he said.
But like the cooler lore of like Mad Max is that he's always having to ally himself with someone, and
When he doesn't want to.
yeah, and it's like a new place,
Yeah.
and he has to adapt, overcome, and like he gains an injury or something like that.
But it's weird because the in Fury Road he's been to that place already where they're going. With the green place that they're talking about, he's been there.
Yeah.
He knows what's there. He
Mm,
knew what was there. Because he told her there's nothing. He's
mm,
been to the outskirts of all of this land, basically. He's been to
yeah.
the ends, and there's nothing there. And they still wouldn't believe.
Mm,
So he's seen it before. He's been in contact with those people. He's seen the bait. He knows what that is. He's probably been caught up by that bait. That's bait.
they're lucky they survived.
Yeah, they are.
They just like, oh shit, it's Max. Let the fuck go.
It's always when they find out it's Black Dynamite's brother that got killed. You don't know who you killed. You don't know whose brother this is.
Shit. And that's it for film news this week. All right, there, Bado. You ready?
As ready as I live.
I was born ready, kid.
I was born.
It's time to fan the hammer.
All right. So Hayden Christensen and Deborah Chow were talking about a possibility of a second season of Kenobi. They said it is very possible. Still have 10 years until A New Hope. So there's probably something that they could do in between if it was to get greenlit for a second season. Kevin Costner's Horizon movie that we spoke about previously, we now know that it's going to be 4 3-hour movies which are going to have separate stories but linked together later on in the future. He has 220 days to shoot all of this coming up very soon. So Blumhouse as well as Paper Picture acquire Blind Spot as well, which is a movie about 3 friends and then one of them gets killed. and then the other one disappears, and then the one that's left by herself has to deal with being alone for the first time in a long time. Paramount Plus is now taking the Netflix route and going completely international and trying to seek possibly 150 properties internationally in original state by 2025. The Yellowstone spin-off, which was originally dubbed 1932, has now gone back in time 9 years and is now going to be called 1923, which completely changes the period piece altogether with a different culture. We have Florence Pugh to star as well as produce in Netflix's movie Easter Eden, and as well as that, Zoe Kazan is going to write and executive produce the film as well. We got our first looks at the orcs in Lord of the Rings, the series on Amazon. They're completely different to the Third Age that Frodo's in. They're going to be more hunter scavengers, and they are going to be organized compared, since this is the Second Age. Ted Sarandos recently confirmed that Netflix will include tiers with ads moving forward to have a cheaper plan. Sherlock 3, still a possibility on the board. I forgot the dude's name that was speaking about it, but he said that it's still very much a possibility moving forward as well, and that there could be treatment as well as a script for it.
Dexter Fletcher.
Dexter Fletcher, maddest name. Taika Waititi talks about that scene in Thor: Love and Thunder where Thor gets all his clothes flicked off. You flicked too hard, damn it! And said that they've been talking about it for a while. While it does push the ratings, possibly, for their PG-13, which now includes partial nudity. David Oyelowo, for the last decade, has been talking about playing Sugar Ray Robinson. He's also writing and producing the film moving forward too, and he said he's kept in Sugar Ray Robinson shape for these last couple of years as well. Maddo. Pacino was talking about with Heat 2 moving forward, since it's going to be a sequel as well as a prequel. He wants Timothée Chalamet to possibly play that role because he's a great actor, and as well as that, he has good look.
And he's got a great ass. I don't know.
What are you, a fucking owl? One of the more exciting pieces for this week, Joe Kosinski is doing that Formula One movie with Brad Pitt, and he said that he's gonna try and adopt the practical scenes from Top Gun. Not there's gonna be fucking jet scenes in Formula One, but with the Formula One cars, it's gonna be more practical than anything moving forward as well, which is fucking cool. So Paul Downs Colazzo is going to direct as well as rewrite the Harbinger comic for Paramount as well. We have Aaron Taylor Johnson, which was very interesting, describing Craven, and he said that Craven is an animal lover as well as a conservationist, which completely is the opposite of what Craven is, since he's always wearing fucking animal pelts and shit. So I don't know how this is gonna be. It's like Craven saves SeaWorld or some shit, but we'll see how it goes. But as well as that, Titanic is being re-released, and it's going to have a full 4K transfer as well as 3D, as well as high frame rate for the film moving forward as well. So we're going to see motherfuckers sliding down the ship in 60 frames. Taika Waititi's movie from 2020, And the Next Goal Wins, which was a Samoan soccer movie, which is in the can, shot, good to go, is possibly getting a cinema release soon. Warrior Season 3, it's been a year since we've heard any news, and we finally get word that it's going to begin filming on July 18th. Kevin Feige was talking about Phase 5 of the Marvel, and he said that it will become a lot clearer moving forward after Thor 4 as well. Baz Luhrmann also confirmed that while Elvis does have a long runtime as it is, there was a 4-hour cut where it talks about, Elvis getting stuck into barbiturates and even his first partner, and then that meeting with Nixon as well. What else do we have here? So Amani Jackson, Bella Shepherd, Chloe Rose Robertson, as well as Tyler Lawrence have signed on to the Wolfpack of Paramount Plus, which is like a teen werewolf show. As well as that, Leah Sado, we got some more casting for June Part 2, is going to play Lady Margot Fenring. Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, John Lithgow, as well as Nathan Lane have been set to join Spellbound at Apple Plus. Dana Delaney joins the cast of The Tulsa King. AMC renews Dark Winds for a second season. We also have Amir El Masri to join season 5 of The Crown. We got our first poster for House of the Dragon, which looks kind of fire as well. Um, I don't
Pun
know.
intended.
Again, we have Leiwan Elm, which threw me off completely, but he's in negotiations to possibly direct The Green Hornet and KO for Universal. We also have Henry Cerny to join the cast for Scream 6. Matthew Fox was talking on his hiatus from acting and just saying that, you know, his kids were at an age where he really needed to reconnect with them. And so he decided to take that time off. But now with this new show coming out, he said it was the perfect time for him to come back. So that's exciting. He's going to play a petrochemical engineer,
Yep.
which sounds cool. Chris Evans was talking about, you know, possibly coming back as the Human Torch in an alternate universe in the Marvel film, possibly in Fantastic Four, and he was like, I would come back for that easier than I would come back for Cap. And as well as that, Top Gun has been fucking killing it at the movies, as expected. Like, some people, 4% of the like population that have seen this movie have seen this shit 4 times already.
Jesus.
And like, I think it's 24% of that have seen it more than twice, which is crazy. So this shit has been fucking killing it.
It just confirms that Tom Cruise is the Top Gun.
Not Cosby.
Took
Well,
over
Ice
from
Cube.
Ice Cube, and you're fine.
But just on top of that, this is Cruise's highest earning film as well.
Fuck yeah. Shout
Shout out to
man.
Cruise. Killing it.
my
And that's
guy.
it. For that hammer which has been fanned, pause.
Very good there, Bado. Very good.
You know, Paramount wants to sign this show. I want $100 million up front. And
And 10 million episode. Oh, man.
We got Cruise News Daily, baby.
That's going to be the name of the show. CNDB.
You know how cool that Elvis scene would have been with him with Nixon? You know, he came in to be like a full-on secret agent, huh?
Damn.
He wanted to. That's what he wanted to do. He was high as hell. Goes into the meeting with Nixon. He does like some karate for Nixon and everything, and then says, "I want to be like that's what I wanted. I want to be like a full secret agent. I want to be part of like the CIA as an agent or some shit like that." He requested, and Nixon was thinking about it. Yeah.
You know, once upon a time, like in my like writing days, when I used to like dabble, right?
Yeah.
So I had this idea for the 27 Club. So all these stars that die at 27, or apparently die. So you would have like maybe River Phoenix and Kurt Cobain and
Jimi Hendrix and
Hendrix, Mama
Mama
Cass,
Cass and
Amy Winehouse.
yeah.
So, like, what actually happens, right, is the government's recruited them to be part of, like, a team. And who heads up the fucking team? Who's the Hannibal of the shit? Elvis, motherfuckers. And all this shit just kind of, like, feeds into it. Don't use that, because I'm still thinking about that shit.
That's mine.
Gonna win this race.
Yeah, man. It sounds like what's his face though. What Double Team was supposed to be. That was kind of the original story for Double Team.
Yeah.
So before it went all crazy and they actually cast what's his face?
Rodman?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. That was the original story. So all of these guys are getting killed. All of these agents are getting killed, but really it was they're taken to this place called the Colony, and from the Colony, all these dead agents actually pull off other pause missions. Yeah, which sounds a million times better than Double Team. Actually was.
Yeah. Double Team's one of those,
Missed opportunities.
missed opportunities, but also one of those sort of not hidden gems. Fuck, what am I trying to say here? You know, like the forbidden fruit. What are the mentions?
Them really bad but good movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the cult classics type shit.
Yeah. Well, you go back to watch it, but it's not because you like it. It's because of how bad it is.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the car
Yeah.
crash. It's the Van Damme car crash.
Just-
Fucking watching your favorite pub burn down.
It's like being an alcoholic and watching your favorite pub burn down.
Fucking hell. But we had our movie trailers for this week as well. So we had part 2 of season 4 of Stranger Things. The trailer for that finally dropped, which comes out next week, July 1st.
Friday.
I didn't watch this trailer, but yeah, drops on Netflix. Should be good. We also got Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. That drops on Disney Plus on the 5th of August. We also had Smile, which is coming to the cinemas. This is their new horror thriller, which is the 30th of September. We also had They Slash Them at Peacock. This is Bacon's new film. Kevin Bacon should come out on August 5th. 5 Days at Memorial, which is the one about Hurricane Katrina. That should be coming out on the 12th of August on Apple TV Plus. And we also have The Longest Night, which is the new Spanish film at Netflix, which comes out on the 8th of July.
Not the Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah,
No, no.
No.
they shot pitch black
Yeah.
by torch.
Literally. Even if they shot by torch, it shouldn't have looked like that, you fucks.
You know, I watch it on 4K and it looks alright.
Yeah. So that
Really?
yeah. As when I watched it, it would look fine. Those fucks. It's because so many people were streaming that episode at one time, and they wouldn't tell us, hey, it's because the quality dropped and everything, and that's why you're seeing the pixelation. No. It's your TV that's the problem. Fuck off, mate. Because all the other episodes were fine.
Yeah, and they look fucking fire.
Yeah. That Smile movie looks damn good. I can't wait to watch that. I'd like to watch that in cinemas. It's a nice little horror movie there. That They Slash Them looks pretty good. It's nice to see Kevin Bacon going back to like a sort of camp, sort of slasher horror film where he sort of started. It's great. It's great to see that. The story as well. I mean, him being a bloody what are they called?
Yeah,
Conversion. He's a conversion therapist,
that's fucked.
right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. 5 days at Memorial, mate. The fact that they ran out of power and food and essentially were killing all these people
Yeah.
in the hospital. We don't know if it was like euthanasia or something like that, but still like it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that, and that Farmiga is in there. I feel that's my big move.
Getting your Colonel Tom Parker back there for a second.
Colonel,
Never that.
my boy. Fucking
Elvis
Goldfinger
Presley.
impersonation.
Oh, shit. But we didn't get a lot of trailers compared to what we have been getting, but what we did get was quality.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was good, man.
It was nice. But that was it for all the trailers for this week as well. So moving into our entertainment news. So the Netflix series The Chosen One was being shot. And then unfortunately on Thursday, what had happened was that a van came off the road and flipped. And it actually killed 2 of the actors that were on set. So the actors' names were Raimundo Garduno Cruz, as well as Juan Francisco Gonzalez Aguila, which is fucking crazy, man. Like, a lot of shit done happened on the set. Not only that, but the incident also left, like, 2 other cast members completely injured, as well as 4 crew members. So thankfully, like, the people who did survive are in stable condition, which is great, but still very, very sad to see that 2 of the actors have passed from the incident as well.
Yeah.
They've elected to pause production at this time, moving forward, which is unreal. Like, there's just a lot of shit going on recently with some, like, not a lot of shit with said accidents, but this is still pretty sad to happen, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like this hasn't happened in such a long time.
Yeah.
I think the last one I remember, like an actual death on the set, was what's his face, Triple X.
Last one I remembered was Deadpool 2.
Shit, yeah, it is
That chick
Deadpool
on the
2.
scooter.
The chick on the scooter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
Nice.
pretty fucking recent. We've had three in the last, what, like 4 or 5 years. This, and then with Baldwin, and now this one as
Baldwin
well.
actually is probably the most recent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Baldwin's was negligence though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That could have been avoided.
Yeah.
hundred
Like it,
percent.
it passed through so many fucking like barriers and stuff like that. That was scary.
Yeah.
This sounds like a proper accident. The Deadpool 2 one sounds like a proper accident. The Triple X one, which was fucking tragic as well.
I don't know how much of an accident that was because that stunt was too dangerous.
Yeah. Like they could have just green screened it, actually
Yeah,
have Diesel there, and then just composited that shit.
yeah,
Yeah. Like this doesn't even sound like a stunt. It sounds like they were driving
too set.
to set or on a scene because there were
Yeah,
crew members in the truck. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then I don't know if they got caught up in the scene and didn't focus on the road. Like either way, like even this could have been done green screen or at a slower pace or not have the actors drive.
I don't get it though because I think the faster you go, the slower something looks on film.
Yeah,
So you can do it slowly and make it look fast. Like it,
that's right.
I didn't get it.
Or have the car on a trailer and have someone else drive in the front. You know what I mean? You know they
Right.
have those cars as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's bullshit, man. Like not it's I don't find it like a it's sad. It's 100% sad, but I don't find it like it's negligence on
No.
anyone's part because it seems like such a safe kind of scene. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
fucking
tough,
tragic.
man.
Rest in peace
It's
to those
tough.
actors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Condolences, Hopefully moving forward we get not more control on set, but something like this doesn't happen again because we've had so many. It shouldn't be happening, man. It's so sad.
If it's a live set with moving parts, people are gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a set is not a safe area to be
Yeah.
in at all.
Yeah. There's a lot of controls that are set in place to make sure something like catastrophic doesn't happen moving forward, which is exactly what's meant to happen. And obviously, there will be like freak accidents that do occur. Like, it's not every day you hear about shit like what happened on the set of The Omen and stuff like that all the time. But yeah.
Yeah.
Who died on the set of The Omen?
Wasn't it the dude who got thingy? The decapitation? The original Omen? Or
Yeah,
is
there was
that
some weird shit
Poltergeist
that
that I'm
happened
thinking
on.
of?
Those guys died after. All those people did the
Oh,
scenes and then died after. What
oh,
happened on set was what's his face? Twilight Zone, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. On the Omen though, there was
fuck,
like that
yeah.
massive risk of driving that car into that orangutan enclosure. Is it orangutan? No, it was like the monkey enclosure, and they just
Monkey
went ape
enclosure.
shit.
Yeah,
And that was like a child and
yeah.
like another adult. But if they had gotten into that fucking car, that shit would have been tragic. They would just rip those people limb from limb.
It's over. It's over. People see chimpanzees as like friendly and cuddly and whatnot. Nah, son. They still run off just basic bloody basic animal instinct. It's crazy. They
Yeah.
will they will attack your face, they will attack your hands, your feet, your
Ankles.
genitals.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do. Do not threaten. They're not friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. All
Mm.
right. So our last piece of news here is not very good news, but Paul Haggis, the director, traffic, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
He's been arrested in Italy for being for how do I say this without what's his face without YouTube sort of shutting us down?
Twitch. He's been accused of sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So this young woman came forward. She's a British citizen. She's pressing charges against Paul Haggis, and she's accusing him of allegedly forcing her to engage in sexual intercourse against her will over 3 days. Yeah, in Ostuni. Where is Ostuni? Is it in Italy?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So Paul Haggis was there doing a masterclass in Allura for the Allura Fest. Sorry, which is this new film festival. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man.
It is a weird story.
Yeah.
What caught me off guard is against her will over the course of 3 days in Ostuni.
Yeah,
Like, how do you do that over multiple days? You know what I mean? Like the accusation seems a bit. I don't know. Like after the fact, she maybe thought a different way. But I'm not going to sort of point any fingers or whatnot. But I'd like to see where the story kind of ends up
yep,
because, like, if someone's accused 3 days after, like doing it, it's I don't know. Doesn't that seem a bit weird? Like, you
it
hook up
does
with someone 3 days in a row, but she wasn't kidnapped. Like, she's not.
that we know of.
Well, she's not accusing him of kidnapping her
Yep,
against her will, and she was like free to go afterwards. I don't know. I don't know.
it's
It
weird.
just seems weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if Paul Haggis has a history of this as well.
I don't think he does.
Like
Most,
that wouldn't change anything. Like
yeah,
even if he did.
it's weird. This is weird. The story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm waiting to see now. See if we get more information. I'd like
Yeah.
to hear what Paul Haggis has to say about it as well.
Mm. Yeah. He hasn't responded.
No, which is kind of weird as well. Like, it's kind of telling when you know, it's not like you have to wait for a press conference or something like that nowadays. You can put it out there.
Yeah.
It's not that
Open the
hard to
notes
put
app.
out. Yeah, not that hard to put out information now. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll follow this one. See where it goes.
Yeah.
That's it. It's wrapping all the news there. Bit of a downer at the end.
I know,
Fuck it
Debbie
hell.
Downer.
Oh.
Some heavy shit. But
Yeah,
like, I think that's just part of like the film world. The good with the bad, eh?
yeah, man.
Hey bros.
It's weird. That film world is
Yeah.
weird though.
Yeah.
It's a
All right.
different beast completely.
So there's two things that we're talking about this week: Obi-Wan finale and the Elvis movie premiere. What you guys want to talk about first? There,
Obi
Obi.
Wan.
Um, yeah. So episode 6, the finale, the rematch with Vader. Um, Obi-Wan made the choice to leave that fucking ship, the escape ship that they were in, to then get Vader's full attention. Vader turned that whole fucking ship around just to
He
chase
did turn
Obi-Wan
that ship
down.
around. He didn't care.
It's not like Vader even like he didn't even go, all right, let me just take my shuttle. He was
No.
like,
But he told them as well, prepare my shuttle. It's like, all right, cool. You gonna like, are we gonna go do this mission here, and you're gonna no, 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 no. You prepare my shuttle. I'll tell you what. Jesus,
Like
I don't
blind.
think
no one
anyone.
else matters. I'll catch them later.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you call it? Thingy. No one wants to fucking question Vader. Because you know, as soon as they're like, Lord Vader, I think, and he's just fucks him up on GP. Don't question me.
that's what it is. It's do what I say, not what I do with Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And don't ask
Vader
twice.
hits you.
I know.
Vader hits you with the Killmonger every time.
Yeah.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit.
Vader is a wild boy, man. Wild boy.
This episode went over well for me.
Yeah.
Real well. I really enjoyed like there was like an emotional weight when Vader and Obi-Wan were fighting. Like I felt that
Yeah.
shit. And like Obi-Wan is a bad motherfucker.
He is.
He's the only O that's made Vader grab the saber with both hands paws.
Hey, yeah.
I've never seen Vader in that form.
No, no,
You know
no.
what I mean? And he rocked Vader's fucking world, throwing him around and shit.
I know.
Like Vader like tumbling. You've never seen Vader tumble.
We've seen that damn Emperor tumble quite a few times.
Legs up in the air, V for victory.
Fucking hit the spread eagle for Obi-Wan.
He dropped down and got his eagle on.
You know what's fucked is that Obi-Wan made Vader tumble like when Saruman and Gandalf were fighting. That's some wild shit. That was two
Cake
grown ass men with
fly.
long hair and dresses going crazy. But
yeah.
fuck, that was cool.
I love the him sort of, gaining like, a reason to sort of keep going. Right? So the reason was, the Luke and Leia's out there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just give up now. And the fact that he was like, I mean, Vader chucked all those rocks and whatnot on him, and he's keeping it at bay just barely with the Force, and then just like, fuck this, I got something to live for now.
Yeah, he goes in that Magneto in between love and rage.
Yeah. It's almost like he was like one of them deadbeat dads that just realized, hey, I got to do something. I got a responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he wasn't just like, just gonna be slumming it. He was like, nah, I've got purpose.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I got something to do now.
Get these fucking rocks out of here. I got shit to do. He fucking dealt with Vader big time.
Yeah.
He like you could tell he was angry.
Yeah.
Like Obi-Wan
But-
had that like Phantom Menace. The force fields is up, like waiting for Maul. With full intention to kill that.
Yeah.
But it was almost like the flip from when he's fighting Anakin at that temple, and he's telling Anakin like, you play too hard. You just try to win all the time. And
Play
it's like
too
Obi-Wan
much,
was But he was almost like, fuck this, I'm gonna fuck you up now. But then he hits the gladiator, are you not entertained? And Ray raises up all them rocks and shit.
That was a mad shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see Obi-Wan like do the Tony Stark, then
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Qui-Gon did it. And so far, it seems to work well.
I was talking to Weave about it. We had like a little dissection session after we watched the episode after Elvis,
Yeah.
and he was saying that for the second part of the fight, like he was doing his like his normal like
I hate that.
slingshot style,
Yeah.
but then when he came back after the rocks, he was like using Anakin style.
Yeah.
So he was actually like the aggressor.
Yeah. He was the aggressor after that. Instead of being,
Defending.
instead of defense, he changed to offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another gear. He came in close. He had the close quarter, like smash him with the lightsaber, just destroy all of his like machinery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he used, you could see him using much like in the fight with Maul. He's using his emotion, which he's not supposed to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in a way, he sort of switched to like Sith mode,
Mm.
sicko mode. I like to call it. He's like, damn. Yeah.
You know, there is like an order of, I don't know if they're Jedi or Sith, but they're called the Sentinels, right? This guy at work was telling me about it.
Yeah.
And they use both light and dark, and they have gold lightsabers.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's what Rey is at the end of Rise of Skywalker, because she's got the gold saber.
In Knights of the Old Republic, they discuss it as well. Because remember how you have that first act and then you become a Jedi?
Yeah.
And they teach you how to make your lightsaber and shit. They give you all the rundowns of like Guardians, Sentinels, and Knights and shit like that, and the different colors and what they represent. Because there's that one chick in KOTOR 2 that's a Sentinel as well.
Okay.
So
Fuck, it was cool though.
what's his face? So like the Empire is like, you know what? The Republicans and the Jedi are the, what is it?
Democrats.
Democrats, and then the Sentinels are just like more libertarians, centrists.
Yeah.
That's how they got it set up there. All right.
Sentinels are the Greens Party for Australia.
You know, Lucas came out and said that he didn't say Jedi can't have sex. They just can't have attachments. So he was alright with them just like hitting it and quitting it. Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
okay.
What I really liked about that Obi-Wan Vader fight was at the end of the fight when Obi-Wan slashes his helmet and you
Yeah.
see Anakin's face exposed
Yeah.
and his voice is going in between Vader, in between Anakin's, and he's saying, "Well, it's not you that killed me.
Yeah.
It's me that killed me." And
Yeah.
when he did that, when he was like, "Yeah, that's the reveal, motherfucker,"
Yeah.
like the red lightsaber lit up his fucking face to show that he had completely, like at that point, transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Which kind of makes sense now, right? So that was like the throwback to episode 4, where he says that Darth Vader killed your father.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Help
why
me make a lemonade.
that's why it sort of makes sense. Hey, you like, honestly, if you look at you know, when what's his face takes off his mask in episode 6, when Luke takes off his mask, if you look on the top of his head, you can see the scar from where Obi-Wan cut him open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's fire too.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Shit. After that fight, he doesn't even say goodbye, Anakin, goodbye, my brother, or anything like that. It's goodbye, Darth.
Yeah.
Goodbye there.
So long.
A ta-ta. What do you call it? That's like also a disrespect as well. Just hit him with the title, not even the name.
Man.
Almost like you ain't worth my fucking time, son.
You will address me as Vader.
Bye, sir. Ugh.
Thing. But like, Anakin really hit the Rick James at that end bit as well. That was his like, I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy, I was having too much fun.
Oh man,
But then-
It's
But
funny.
man, they hit you with the fucking feels though, because you see Obi-Wan start tearing up when he's fucking talking to him and apologizing and shit. I was there and I was like, don't you do it!
That one teardrop in your eye, like teetering right on the edge of the ducts. But how fast did Vader get back to Mustafar and put new armor on and shit just in
I
time
know.
for the Emperor to call? Nah, he got away.
And I didn't do nothing.
you know, after that call, he hung up and fucking cried.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the, like, you know, the silent cries. You know that O curled up in that fucking chair, fucking sobbing.
Wrapped himself up in his cape.
That Bacta tank wasn't filled with Bacta, man. That was tears in that tank after.
How fast did Reva get to Tatooine?
They're in the same system.
And but like Qui-Gon was laid out after he got like stabbed through the midsection,
Yeah.
and Reva was like, "Nah, I'm keeping on."
Because she probably got stabbed in the same place.
I didn't think about that either. It would have
Yeah.
cauterized.
Would have cauterized that she's more than likely got machinery there now. She's probably half Darth anyway, so half Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Oh,
Hit him
wow.
with that Riddick shit between the fourth and fifth lumbar type shit.
Yeah. You have to shoot them some bail. Leave them hanging out there like that.
I wonder what happens to her character afterwards. Because she doesn't die, that we see.
No.
Well, this opens up the possibility of Safdie coming back into the fold as well, and maybe they team up or some shit, and she goes back to being like a Jedi. Or maybe she's a Sentinel moving forward.
Mans was dead, wasn't he?
I thought they laid him out.
Yeah, he's all strung up. Like
Oh,
crack.
yeah. Fuck, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know then. Maybe she just does her own thing. Maybe her and Obi-Wan team up if they make a second season.
It'd be cool if she was that. If she did end up being that chick from Jedi Outcast,
Yeah.
she'd be old enough by the time.
Ah, the chick that recruits Cal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be cool if she was that girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she doesn't know. She's not fully with the Force right now, is she? She's still learning how to
Yeah.
use her powers.
Yeah.
Because
That's
she
right.
she couldn't defend against Vader. She can't defend against Obi-Wan, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's weird though, like even with the Sith, there's a form of emotional control when it comes to fighting as well. Because if you get too angry, you get lost in the Source and you die.
yeah.
Yeah. Because even, Palpatine was like, this seems like a weakness for you, Vader.
Yeah.
You need to let go of that shit
Yeah,
and focus on the mission.
that's right.
Just hits him with the Dennis Leary. Life is too short for fighting and fussing, my friend.
Right. Well, Vader obviously didn't listen. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He thought he knew better. He had to, like, when you think about it, Vader had nearly 3 great masters that he just, nah, I'm not listening to anything you say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was too much ego. Too much ego on the Vader. If he had listened to the Emperor, he would still be Vader,
True.
but he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His arc would have been so much fucking shorter.
Can you imagine a story where what's his face? He just outright lies to Obi-Wan, and not to Obi-Wan, but to what's her face, to Amidala, and just he keeps his cool. He doesn't choke her, and just sends Obi-Wan away, and she stays with him on Mustafar. With those kids, he'd have the strongest army in the world.
Yeah, that Emperor would have been dead long time ago.
Yeah,
You know? They need to do a what if for that shit, man. Like
Star
fucking
Wars
what
What
if
If would be fucking fire.
fucking oath. Can you imagine like what if he trained those children in fucking secret and then just like they went on the Inquisition together?
Yeah.
he would need to keep those kids secret from the Emperor. He'd have to, right? What's his face? There's no way that the Emperor would allow twin Siths into that world. And we don't even know if he would train them to be Sith or Jedi,
Yeah.
because that love could have changed then, or at least his allegiances would change then. Yeah,
Yeah. Fuck.
That'd be a mad What If story. There's also a mad What
yeah.
If story if Luke had actually joined the dark side.
and Leia the good side.
Yeah, at the end of Jedi.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well, though.
Like, just thinking, like, just watch. Give it like 6 months to a year, and this story is gonna come out now. But like, you can see it fucking happening because Sidious would still give him Sith to train as well, considering he was a fucking Sith master. And if any of those motherfuckers found out about the twins, because maybe they was just on some fucking hooligan shit, Vader would need to X them motherfuckers out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of his apprentices.
He'd have to.
Fuck.
You know, Kathleen Kennedy is like searching the fucking
Yeah.
world.
I know, right?
And then she's like stopping the presses for D23. And that's our new project right there. Send the check, Kennedy. Coward.
I know.
Alright.
I want a Billy up front, and then I want proceeds and like 3% cut of all Disney Plus subscribers moving forward monthly.
You know what Disney's gonna send you? Will send us the same thing that Paramount initially did. When they were like, and if you sent like a script or anything, Paramount dismisses the script because we don't officially recognize it. Well, you know them stories be popping up.
Yeah. You know, like they send it in the GC and then the eye emojis come up.
I love the end of the episode, right? With Obi-Wan coming back to, where are they? Coruscant? No, 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 no,
Alderaan?
no. Alderaan. And him, showing up again for Leia, and her dressed up as Princess Leia, which was awesome. But the speech, or not the speech, but him chatting to her about what she got from each one of her parents was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like some mad emotional closure.
yeah, I like it.
Especially coming from Obi-Wan, because he would know.
Yeah,
Like, he's
Yeah.
now like the keeper of those stories.
Yeah.
The prequel trilogy.
yeah,
Just
It's almost like he finally assimilated into being like that wise Jedi Master moving forward as well.
yeah,
Because when you think about it, he loses his master when he was a Padawan, and then he sort of had to figure all that shit out himself. And he was
Yeah.
kind of just forced into roles. So this is finally him getting it.
yeah.
Who? Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
He was with Qui-Gon for a bit. He was ready for the Jedi trials. So he was with him for quite a while.
But you know how Anakin was like, he was basically a master in revenge, right? But he had been with Obi-Wan longer than Obi-Wan had been with Qui-Gon. So he didn't
so-
like really have that guidance as a man, because they go through like those Jedi trials when they're like probably like 17, 18 or something,
Yeah,
to then become
Yeah.
a master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I can remember from the cartoon as well, like Anakin was not like, even with episode 3, he was not meant to be a master. But
yeah.
then they put him into that ceremony and they finally cut the fucking ratty off and gave him the mullet. Because they were like, we're in times of like dire need with the war happening, we need more Jedi Masters.
yeah. What is it? Windu. Windu says that we elevate you to the rank of Jedi Master, but you are not able to sit on the council.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a Jedi Master. He just couldn't sit on the council, which is kind of bullshit when you think about it.
Didn't he sit on
Yeah.
the council, but he wasn't able to be a master?
No, no, no. We elevate you to the rank of Jedi Master, but you do not sit on our council. So he doesn't have a say basically. He's a master that doesn't have a say, which is kind of weird. So they themselves turned him into like a Ronin, who is a masterless bloody samurai, to go out there and find someone who will make him a master. We turned to what's his face. They did it. They did it to him.
Oh, the Jedi. Yeah, Jedi had a role.
If
in
the
fucking
Jedi had elevated him to sit on the council, he would have gone back to tell. He would have allowed Windu to just kill Sidious.
Yeah. Fucking big time.
And how are you going to kick out, a Jedi Master for having a child if he is the chosen one? Like, they wouldn't be able to then. He'd be able to set the rules then. That'd be a nice little switch as well, if they did do that.
Yeah. Because they were always so scared of Anakin from a young boy already. They were like, the amount of midichlorians in this boy is too damn high.
Yeah.
They were so worried about what's going to happen to him. So they probably just fucking inadvertently just outcasted this poor kid again.
But yeah,
Oh, well.
And then the ending where we finally get to see Qui-Gon. He shows up, man.
finally.
Which is where I think like the second season would go, because from what Qui-Gon said, nah, the journey's just beginning.
Yeah, we got some work to do now.
And what was cool is like him saying, I was always there. You
Yeah,
just weren't ready yet.
just weren't ready.
Yeah.
Neeson kind of looked funny with the hair. It's like they pasted his face back and stretched it out.
Yeah,
Kind of
did
looked
look
like
a little
monkey
funny.
magic.
But yeah,
But it's
but that was cool.
yeah.
For me, this episode saved the season,
Yeah, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
because there's a
I
bit
mean,
of a
what?
lull there in the middle.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah, go on.
sorry, dog. What do you call it? Well, there was the rumors that this was going to be 90 minutes, and I was fucking hyped for that because
Yeah.
if it made sense, we would have had the fight with him and Vader, and then maybe the chase sequence between Reva and Luke would have been longer as well, or maybe like the Alderaan, or maybe both the Alderaan and that fucking Tatooine scene would have been longer. Would have delved more into maybe Reva's like thought process on her saving Luke instead of killing him.
I mean, he tells Luke in Empire to go to the Dagobah system and all that sort of stuff. So he's been in contact with Yoda.
Mm,
He knows where he is.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's all this stuff that they could do in between there.
yeah,
Yeah, you've still got what's his face out there, the head imperator
yeah,
out there, who's obviously going to start hunting what's her face now, right?
Reva.
Reva.
Yeah,
So that's where that can go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the Grand Inquisitor isn't in A New Hope.
no, he's not.
So
It's like
what happened to
they
the Inquisitors?
well, it's like they got rid of them.
They do have rebels as well, which the Inquisitor's in. And in Rebels is where Obi-Wan fights Maul as well. But during this time, there's 10 years. There's Han's story. There's
Yep.
Lando's story. Like
Yep.
they could all intersect. But then
Yeah.
he doesn't really meet Han until A New Hope anyway, so.
The the biggest part of that too, well not the biggest part, but is like Darth going through and doing his culling of the Jedi like now as well moving forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see that transition like officially of him
Yeah.
being Darth Vader all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting times. I hope they do get picked up for a season 2. I'd like that. I'd also like a standalone Darth Vader show if they could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's not going to interact with Obi-Wan, so it doesn't make sense to have him in the show anymore. Yeah.
He is in, I think Hayden Christensen's going to be in Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yeah. As Vader, so we'll see.
As Vader or as Anakin?
Well, it's after Return of the Jedi.
So he'd be as Anakin then.
Where is Ahsoka set? Yeah, it's after Return of the Jedi.
He'd be Anakin then.
As the
Which
Force
is, he'd,
Ghost.
he'd be a Force Ghost, yeah, as Anakin, which is cool. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. It's always funny to me that like Anakin didn't show up instead of Yoda. You know what I mean? In episode 9. You know, and like it's weird that I mean he's your father. He should have shown up instead of Yoda.
In terms of the themes of that movie,
Yeah.
like Rey's father,
Yeah.
Ben's father, or
Yeah.
Kylo's father, and
Yeah.
then to have Luke's father there
Yeah.
would have been mad.
They could have just. I mean, he probably was in there. We don't know.
Yeah,
They could have just cut that shit.
true. Because also in terms of like who's fucked up the most and who could actually teach Luke.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
There's 1,000 ways that Rise of Skywalker could have gone, that would have just been better.
After
100%.
watching that bloody animation they did of thingy's Trevorrow's previous script for Duel of the Fates, I would have enjoyed that so much more than what the fuck we got.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Somehow the Emperor has returned. Fuck off, mate.
Oh, what kind of bullshit is this, fam?
We got a comment as well on YouTube saying, what if Obi-Wan had also turned to the dark side? That'd be a mad story in the what if. They got heaps of stories
Shit.
that they could just like fucking just explore, man.
If Obi, if Obi-Wan was the one that the Emperor sort of took under his wing, mate,
Be unstoppable.
yeah, he's obviously a better fighter than Vader.
Yeah. And he was teetering on that dark side anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He was using his emotions to kind of go there.
Yeah,
Fuck. What if he like had killed Vader and then just said, "Ain't no fucking hope left for the Jedi" on Mustafar though?
yeah, that'd be cool
Fuck.
actually. If he had killed Vader on Mustafar and then waited
Mm.
to become the new Vader,
Yeah. And had like given himself over.
yeah, he's just seen too much loss now.
Yeah.
He's seen his master die. He's seen his Padawan. He's had to kill his Padawan. Like that's it for me.
Would have been like
That's really.
Superman 1 when he's like, Dylan.
That's
Fuck.
really the best.
Fuck. I'm just thinking about like them alternate timeline things now. Like fucking
Yeah.
Obi-Wan shows up in A New Hope, pretends to be good, and then fucking comes through to Empire and it's like, you said so and so killed my father. It's, nah, I killed your father.
Now, what do you mean? Like he would have those kids. He would have the
True.
kids. He knew that she was pregnant. He would go back to that ship, kill what's his face, absolutely demolish all of those droids, take Amidala. Those kids would be born, and they would have two new Sith in the realm, essentially. That's amazing.
He would have killed Sir Jeremy Smits as well.
Yes, he
Destroyed
would.
Bale.
Organa.
So, we were lucky enough to attend a press screening of Elvis during the week.
Thank you. Thank you, Universal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. Like it was our
Yeah.
first press screening, and like we were able to go. They got straight to it. No previews, nothing.
Wow.
No free snacks or anything like that. But like
I
it's
don't
just
care.
screening.
I don't want to have to piss during the movie anyway. So.
I like my Coke, Devin. But yeah, the movie is a celebration of Elvis, the man, his career, and the journey. This
Yeah.
wasn't like I always look at it in terms of like music biopics. Like Rocket Man is at the top, and then
Yeah.
you got Bohemian Rhapsody at the bottom. And like for me, Elvis sits squarely in the middle. Um, it was really really good. Uh, I, but when I say celebration, like it was more like it wasn't showing him in a bad light. It wasn't going to go into the dark corners of his life like Rocket
Yeah.
Man did,
Yeah, that's right.
and really show him at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
They kind of allude to it, and they do show it briefly, but it wasn't the main conflict of the movie.
No. No.
What do you guys think?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I really liked it. What do you call it? I haven't like I don't listen to a lot of Elvis on a regular basis. Like I know like the bangers, but then going through this, I never knew like his influences moving forward. So it was nice to see like him like getting into that and then moving forward as well. Never knew there was a lot of like controversy behind it as well. Always thought Elvis was just the king of rock and roll moving forward, and that was it.
Yeah. It was funny that in like 1960s America, like with all like the racism and kind of the uh, separation going on, like Elvis was the biggest threat.
Yeah, yeah. It did. I like that it touched on the whole. What's it called? Between the separation between black and white. There's a certain word.
Segregation.
Segregation. Yeah, the segregation
Mm.
between the black and white, and how he, you know, he basically dressed and acted and
Sang.
sang like he's basically his mates. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
Mm.
that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they really go, I think, above and beyond in terms of showing the that African American influence on him,
yeah,
on Elvis, and
hmm,
the where he kind of liked to hang,
yeah,
who he liked to keep around him,
yeah,
and I don't know, like I always thought, okay, he was taking these songs from like these black singers and then using them,
yeah,
but he was like it was an homage for him because these songs would sit around in like the community and not go anywhere because at that time they weren't signing black artists,
yeah.
and if they
Mm.
did sign black artists they weren't getting the radio play,
That's right.
they weren't getting the exposure that Elvis was. So in
Hmm.
return he would go, all right, well, hey, listen to this guy and actually bring people out that he fucks with.
Yeah, I love the the label that he chose to sort of go on to at first was the label that was only putting out black artists
Mm,
at the time as well.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where he released his first record and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I like that. I like that it wasn't just him. Well, it seems like it wasn't just him stealing. We honestly don't know.
Yeah.
This is based on a book. Yeah, I like that. I love BB King, his influence on Elvis.
Mm, Little Richard.
Basically, yeah, Little Richard. It's basically what looked like Ma Rainey,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
um for me, the pros of the movie outweigh the cons, right? Like you
yeah.
got Austin Butler who fucking kills it.
But she,
Yeah.
The music, oh shit, sorry. The music getting a bit fucking handsy there with the microphones. The music in the movie is unbelievable. Like they've remastered it, they've isolated the vocals. Like this is the best that you've heard Elvis's vocals.
yeah,
And just kind of seeing some of the big things there with like his the big band and him
yeah,
transitioning in his career from okay, I've got a four-piece band.
yeah,
Now I've got like this big stage show, and I'm doing movies and stuff like that, and then I'm going to like a 70-piece orchestra type situation where I'm not only going back and just doing my songs, but I'm adding things to them that weren't there initially.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really really cool. It was light. It's a very light movie. It very
yeah.
rarely goes into the darker side of what was kind of happening to him.
Yeah, yeah, and that's for me. That's the side that I sort of wanted to see. I was expecting the Rocket Man sort of,
Yeah,
the journey and whatnot. I can see we get to see the highs and the lows at the exact same time.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I love
Mm.
about Rocket Man,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We can see him at peak John, but then the lowest bloody Reginald Dwight.
mm,
Like it's the difference between the characters that they were playing was crazy, right? Because
yeah,
I mean, Elvis is a character. It's his name, but it's
mm,
still a character. That I mean, Elvis Presley is different to Elvis Presley, the real man.
yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to see more of the real man,
Mm.
to be honest.
Like I know it's a Baz Luhrmann movie, and he likes to go for that fairy tale sort of hyper surreal angle into
Mm,
his movies. Like I don't think I needed maybe a narrator in the Colonel in Tom
no,
Parker,
no.
which kind of made it almost Schumacher esque.
Yeah,
where he's walking through the casino, he's playing the slot machines, he's
Mm.
playing fucking blackjack and all that sort of shit, and that being the thing that kind of drives the story along. I wasn't a big fan of Hanks in this movie,
Nah.
and I think that's the reason why he doesn't play villains as much. Like it's the lady killers, which he kills in the lady killers. He's actually funny, but that's the tone of the movie.
Mm.
And then it's like maybe the first act of Toy Story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this, like, I don't think it lent itself to him.
Yeah.
I did not like Hanks at all in this movie. I think the performance was dog shit. That accent was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was going for, and it was off-putting.
Yeah,
I felt like laughing at him every time I saw him talk on screen.
yeah,
Like that, like yeah. There's no malice there. There was nothing. It's almost like he was playing it funny and whatnot for the
like
camera.
Hanks.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I needed the Hanks swearing. That's what I needed.
I would have loved to have sort of seen more of the manipulation
Yeah.
of Elvis.
Mm.
You do see a little bit of it, but I don't, like it doesn't fully envelop the character, um, and you almost don't get a comeuppance for his character.
No, he
Yeah.
died essentially unbelievably rich
Hmm.
in '97.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I would have preferred more of the shady deals, like something like Straight Outta Compton, where you can
Mm.
see like there was some real just
Mm.
dirty shit happening in the background,
Yeah.
but everyone was playing it cool.
But that was essentially the Colonel, right? I mean, he had nearly that
Yeah.
same deal that Jerry
Lawler.
Heller
Heller.
had.
Yeah.
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 If
No, no, you go.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. I was just gonna say if I saw more of that, it would have been more believable for me because like the only time I felt like you really see it is when the colonel's in his petty bag and he fucking starts writing up all the expenses, and
yeah.
that's it for me. Like
Which
other
is
than that,
always
you
his
don't.
plan.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just the him when he sets up that deal at the international.
Mm. Yeah.
And I was like,
I think the use of like extensive titles though takes out the passage of time
Mm.
in the movie too. Like there's a lot of things that just kind of it moves along at a really really fast pace in terms
Mm.
of the time jumps. Some like I didn't even know how far it was between when Elvis got his big break and when Elvis was almost done making movies.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened to Elvis during the war.
Mm.
Like the big thing that comes out of that is his relationship with Priscilla, but what else did he do? You know what I mean? How did
Yeah.
he serve? What did he go through during that time?
Yeah.
You don't
Did
see
you
him
see any
making
action?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like um like what was it like making those iconic movies and him transitioning to acting? Like what
Yeah.
were the struggles there? And maybe that's included in the 4 hour cut. I don't know. But for me that would have made like the stronger picture in terms of filling in the gap you don't know
Yeah.
that aren't like really put out there. I mean, these guys had like full access to the Presley estate.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what happens when you make a movie that's a celebration as opposed to a in-depth, warts and all biopic.
yeah. If
Yeah.
if I got to see the lows as much as I did the highs, it would be a more like believable character moving forward as well.
Mm.
But
Mm.
if we're just like consistently celebrating a man, we don't get the chance to sort of like have that human connection with him too, because we're like, this man is a god. How can I like connect with this?
Mm.
And
Mm.
then this goes from
I,
that. We do see him taking pills, but we don't see like the effects of that moving forward
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. For me, it's crazy. I like the similarities that I can see now between Elvis and Michael Jackson and Prince and all of those. Like all of them went through nearly all the same stuff.
Mm.
Hmm.
Right? They all had a doctor that they had their own doctor that would prescribe them pills and pick them up and put them down whenever they needed to sort of go through
Yeah,
or get shit done or take
Yeah.
care of business, as I like to say.
yeah.
Yeah, which is wild.
It sounds like I'm shitting on the movie a lot, but this movie was like one of those sweet movies where like it was all like watch Elvis grow,
Yeah.
and this like
Pause.
and sort of see the highlights of his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to
All
see
the
the
highs,
lowlights
man.
too.
Yeah. I need the lowlights. I need to see Elton John just absolutely just strung out,
Yeah,
essentially.
Hmm.
yeah.
Like I need to
But
see that. I need to see the abuse. I need to see. I mean, they literally they breezed over the fact that Priscilla was 15
mm,
when they got married in this movie.
yeah,
They called her a teenager, as like that was their out.
mm.
Like that was wild.
It would have been cool to also be on the inside of that conversation that he had with her father.
Yeah,
Like that would have been nice to see, and what the father thought.
yeah,
Like, because if someone came up to like my 15-year-old kid was like, "Hey, I'll take care of her. She's gonna be at my house. She won't have to want for anything." I'd still be like, "Yeah, nah,
yeah. But you're like 30 years old, mate.
yeah,
I know what
or
you're gonna do.
yeah."
It's a bit fucking rough, don't you think?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just maybe that's why they didn't. Maybe that's why they glazed over the army period as well. Because wasn't her father stationed with him as well, or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
yeah. He was like a naval officer.
Naval officer. Yeah,
Um, from a technical point of view, this movie like delivers. I think those are the two things that really stood out for me
yeah,
is the technical achievements, like
mm,
the music, the camera, like movements and how they captured like the big bands and the performances and
mm,
crowd reaction stuff like that. Like it makes you like it's exciting watching that shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then Austin Butler's performance,
yeah.
which like just killed it.
Yeah. Can I be
Um,
honest? I didn't know that Austin Butler was tech.
I just didn't know that he was Tex. So
Right.
Not
that
at
that
all.
that that, that so
Tech. That's the
shitty
one.
name. um, fuck, what was it? That was the question that I was gonna ask him on the red carpet. When he plays Fade, is it gonna be more Tex, or is it gonna be cool like Elvis?
Yeah.
But we'll never
Yeah.
know.
Just
For
insert
me,
that yay gif right here.
for me, like Baz Luhrmann did well with the movie, but for me personally, my favorite Baz Luhrmann film is Gatsby, and you actually got to see the lows with that movie as well, which is what throws me off. Still not as
But that
much, but more than this.
that also might have been pushed by DiCaprio as
Yeah,
well. He's also going off source material with The Great Gatsby, whereas
that's
this
right.
was 100% researched, right?
Hmm.
And like it would have been how do we really showcase Elvis as a legend
Mm,
and not change um, the story about him? Whereas Elton John was like, "Nah, I want you to show all that shit,"
mm.
because he himself put that in his book. Yeah,
Yeah, Elton. I mean, Elton understands that he's not the same person now,
that's
right?
it.
He knows that he has grown as a person from that to this, and that's what helped him get there.
Yeah, yeah,
To be Bobby then, you got to be Bobby now.
that's right. Fuck yeah, yeah.
I think
That's
overall
it.
it was a success. I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do.
I really liked it as well. Like I'll watch it again, and I bet you I'll be like loving it then.
Oh man, this movie at home would
Yeah,
be next level. Blu-ray though.
Yeah. Has to be. You know, I've noticed that as soon as I get all the grievances out, and then I watch the as soon as I've done my Festivus, the movies just hit after that.
All right.
But that's it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
So yeah, basically, go watch Elvis, people.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
It's worth watching on the big
worth a
screen.
watch.
Yeah, especially if you like an Atmos. Like if
Yeah.
we was in an Atmos cinema, would have been next level with those musical performances.
I would have
Uh-huh.
been Millie rocking in the stage.
Dirty. It'd be dirty, that Millie Rock.
Is that like to the Hound Dog drum roll?
I just went straight to Detroit Burnout.
All right. That is a wrap. Another week done. Thank you for joining us. If you tuned in live, thank you. We're going to be live every week. Same bat place, same bat channel. If you want to
I will bring it to you.
if you want to have more smoke and mirrors in your life, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Like and subscribe. We're there. Dropping
Nearly
new
at
content.
1,000 followers on the old talk there. So
Yeah.
get it done.
We
Like and
just need
subscribe.
3 more, baby.
2 more.
Now we lost one. I checked.
All right.
Dessert and
Get it
bastards.
back this week.
I'll get him back next week. They'll be back.
Couple of quaaludes. You love it.
But love yourself and love movies.
Yep, vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.